All right, stop. Just for a moment, I want you to look at your life. Really look. The way you roll out of bed, the way you talk to people, how you handle pressure. You think you're the one choosing all that? Really? Well, let's dive into that idea.
No, seriously, I want you to really think about that. Are you the one steering the ship of your life?
And the answer is you're not. And look, that might sound harsh, but it's not an opinion. Think of it more like a diagnosis. See, for the most part, you're just a passenger. The vehicle, that's your subconscious mind. It's this huge, powerful force that's running on complete autopilot. We're talking about your habits, your gut reactions, all those beliefs you hold so deep down. It's the operating system just running silently in the background of your life.
So let's explore that, this unconscious driver. Because right now, you are most likely living out a pre-written script. And who wrote it? Well, past experiences, old fears, the environments you grew up in, every single reaction you have, every time you hesitate, every belief that holds you back, that's just another line from that old, tired script. But guess what? Today, that script gets thrown out. Right here, right now, it ends. We are done being victims of our own programming. Today, we become the architects of our own unconscious. Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we rewrite the script? Well, the very first step is you have to identify the prison. Think about it. You can't fix a machine if you don't even understand how it works. And with the mind, the very first move always is awareness.
The great psychologist Carl Jung said it best. He gave us this dire warning, and it's the key to absolutely everything. He basically said that most people are just sleepwalking through their lives, right? Crashing into the same walls over and over again. And then they look at all the wreckage and call it fate.
So let's reframe this whole thing. All that bad luck you think you have in relationships, what if that's just a pattern you learned as a kid? That feeling that you just can't stay disciplined? That could just be a belief that got installed after a failure years ago. See? These aren't flaws in your character. No way. They're just lines of buggy code. And the beautiful thing about code, it can be rewritten. And that's the whole point. You have to acknowledge the prison before you can even think about planning the escape. This isn't about making you feel helpless. It's the exact opposite. It's about turning on the lights so you can see exactly where the walls are. All right, so you've seen the walls. Now what? How do you break out? It's simple. You install a new operating system for your mind. See, your subconscious, it doesn't debate with you. It doesn't reason. It is a machine that just executes whatever commands it's given. So it's time we start giving it some new commands. This brings us to our first law, the law of repetition. You have to install new beliefs like you're hammering a nail with absolute conviction. This isn't just wishful thinking. We're talking about leveraging your brain's neuroplasticity, its natural ability to change. You're literally consciously carving new pathways in your brain through repetition. I mean, think about it. If you keep telling yourself you're tired, your subconscious listens and dials down your energy. We're just going to reverse that flow. So you say it, not with hope, but with real authority. I am capable. This is not a wish. It is a declaration of fact. I am disciplined. And you remind yourself who's in charge of this mind, of this body. You are the architect. I am the authority. See, repetition is the force that carves these new pathways. Now, the second law is something called mental rehearsal. And the science on this is just incredible. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's really happening. So when you picture yourself succeeding, I mean really feel yourself closing that deal or crossing that finish line, your brain fires up the exact same neural circuits as if you were doing it for real. You're basically creating a memory of the future, pre-wiring yourself for a win. Okay, so all this internal work is absolutely crucial, but it's only half the battle. Because your subconscious is like a giant sponge. It's soaking up everything around you. And that means you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick in the first place. Which means you have to be ruthless, absolutely ruthless. Number one, audit your circle. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are their conversations lifting you up, or are they just draining your battery? Number 2, audit your feed. Just for the next 24 hours, pay attention to every single thing you consume online. Is it making you smarter or just angrier? You gotta unfollow aggressively. And number 3, audit your conversations. For 1 week, just track what you talk about. Is it all about problems, or are you talking about solutions?
And listen, this is non-negotiable. Every single person, every piece of content, every conversation, it's either reinforcing the new you or it's strengthening the old you. There is no middle ground. If it doesn't support the mission, it has to go, period.
All right, so we've talked about affirmations and visualizations. Think of those as the blueprint. They're the architectural drawings for your new life. But a blueprint is just a piece of paper until the construction crew shows up. And that crew, that's action.
Here's the thing you have to understand. Your subconscious doesn't care what you say you're going to do. It only watches what you do. When you say you're going to work out, and then you actually get up and do it, you send this incredibly powerful signal deep into your mind that says, hey, my commands are to be followed. Action is the only language it understands with 100% clarity.
But let's be really clear about something. This isn't going to happen overnight. You are fighting against years, maybe even decades, of old programming, of old neural pathways. You are, quite literally, at war with your former self. This isn't some weekend DIY project. This is a siege.
And to win a siege, you need a strategy. 3 commands. Number 1, stay patient, trust the process. Number 2, stay consistent, do the work every single day, no excuses. And number 3, stay dangerous. Never get comfortable, always be pushing, always be growing. It really comes down to this. Your mind can be your greatest ally or it can be your worst enemy. The choice is yours.
So it's time. Take control of the code. Feed it the commands that belong to the person you are actually becoming.
You do it brick by intentional brick, action by disciplined action. You build the new you.
Look, the world is waiting for the version of you that refuses to be stopped by anything or anyone. So the only question left is, will you start now?